let's cut across to the HDIL con call.
But as we move ahead, let me start by giving you the lot of queries that there on the shareholders and the promoters in terms of what is the pledge. The total shareholding of the company is currently around 37%, and out of which around 98% is pledged. But as it has been mentioned yesterday in the press release also to the media, that the promoters are not looking to sell any further shares in the company to fund any kind of land transaction. Yes, we have taken a decision which has not gone well with the investors. But let me come back to the company and tell you in terms of the debt figures and in terms of the liquidity scenario of the company. The debt of the company on a standalone basis as compared to December 2012, approximately 200 crores. From a debt of around 3,669 crores on a standalone basis has gone down to 3,472 crores. So there has been a decline of approximately 200 crores on the debt on a standalone basis. We have been able to raise some long-term funding of around 8 years, through which we have been able to push down some of our short-term borrowings which were getting due. As we have explained to analysts and investors before also, we are very comfortable in our debt repayment schedule and it's as per the schedule. As far as the overall liquidity scenario for the company is concerned, the way the Bombay real estate market has responded in last 3 to 6 months with the better approvals, we have been getting the better realization from the sale of FSI. We have launched a couple of projects in the last quarter and we are looking to launch one more project in Pantnagar. So we want to reassure all our investors, all our stakeholders that the management is completely focused on the company. Yes, we took certain decisions which has not gone well with the shareholders, and the promoters are assured that there will not be any further sale of shares from their end, and their shareholding stands at around 37%. Apart from this, now I open the floor for the Q&A for all our shareholders and analysts, and they can raise any point if we want to elaborate much more on this.
First question is from Mr. Anubhav Gupta from Maybank.
Mr. Wadhwan told on television yesterday that he raised some 64 crores by selling 1% stake, and the proceeds were used to part fund the land acquisition deal. So I want to know that the company does not have even 60 crores on its balance sheet to fund that amount.
No, as I said that the decision has not gone well with our investors, and there are a lot of queries have been raised in stuff. But as I said that this decision was taken because we needed to make an urgent payment on the same day itself to certain regulators to procure certain approvals, and that was the whole issue. We had to make the final tranche of the payment to close out the transaction. We could have looked at other options also in terms of, but the decision was taken that by the promoters to sell their stake and move ahead. So it's absolutely no way reflecting the liquidity scenario of the company, and that whether the company's liquidity was not there sufficient. It was a decision taken by the promoter, and as I started by saying that it has not gone well with our global investors. But I also mentioned that if you look at the liquidity scenario, our debt on standalone basis has gone down by approximately 200 crores, and the cash flows have ticked in well. Just because there were certain payments which were lined up for the month end in terms of interest and the principal outstanding for the banks, and we have tied down for those funding, and this funding was a need of the hour to make the payment on the same day. In the hindsight, the decision was taken to sell the shares and fund it. But as we move ahead, the promoters have been assured to the board of the directors of the company that there will not be any further sale of shares by the promoters henceforth.
Okay, and how do promoters are looking on getting this money back from the company?
No, as of now, there has not been any call to issue any warrants or anything. The board will meet to take call, but as of now, there has been absolutely no decisions, and promoters have decided to not take any warrants or any for this funding to be done. So it will stand as an unsecured loan in the books of HDIL, but there has been absolutely no decision taken to issue any warrants as of now.
Okay, and lastly, now the promoter holding has gone down by a further 1%. So any plans to revoke back the shares which are already pledged with the lenders?
Yes, there has also been a thought process that promoters will be looking to buy back the stake from the market, because there has been we can't initiate a reverse transaction within 6 months of selling. We'll wait for the 6 months, and definitely promoters will pick up the shares from the market at the end of the 6 months. That has also been decided so that they maintain the same level of holding what they had before.